got something for you. We got something for you. It's something Megapod shiny. It's wrapped in Megapod plastic. Put on your Megapod jammy. It's time for Megapod-tastic. 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 Megapod-tastic.
Good morning. Welcome to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm specifically doing this stream. It's streaming all the places. It's on Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. It's on Crazy Joe Adventures, and it's on MME. But even though I'm streaming all the places, this stream is specifically for the MME audience. I really wanted to talk specifically to the MME audience, the people who know me from MME. That's kind of the target audience I wanted to speak to. And the reason is I just wanted to let you know that I had a conversation with Max last night. There's no animosity. There's nothing bad here. There's nothing bad. I just want to preface that there's been no falling out, nothing like that. It's mainly budgetary. Max has to pay for everybody who is on Team MME, and it's expensive. It's expensive. And he called me last night and he said that he's going to be taking me off of Team MME for budgetary reasons. I get it. Again, there's a lot of drama on YouTube, and I want to make sure everybody knows that that's not what this is. I want to squash that before any rumors get out there, and just say that there's no hard feelings. Max is going to be staying here. He's going to be sleeping on that couch in like 2.5 weeks. So we're all good. Nothing like that. But it is pricey having all these people on his StreamYard. So I am no longer going to be a member of Team MME. And as such, just still, occasionally see me on MME. That'll happen, we're going to do stuff together. But I won't be there as regularly. And I wanted to make sure, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand. I'm going to put the link down there in the chat. This Crazy Joe's Concession Stand, that's the place you're going to find me the most. So if you want to hear my opinions on movies, that's kind of the place to go. So please subscribe there, because that's where you'll see the most of me. And that's just really all I wanted to come on and say, is just make sure everybody knows where you can find me, because you won't be seeing as much of me on MME. And again, don't let any drama get out there that there's been any kind of falling out or anger. Max is a great guy. And like I said, in 2 weeks, he's going to be sleeping on that couch right there. So we're all good. This is really just about the money it costs to run something like this, and how many people are having access to the StreamYard. And it is a pricey endeavor. And I am proud to have been here for as long as I have. So thank you to Max, and please subscribe if to Crazy Joe's Concession Stand if you want to keep up with me. I do see there's a few people here. Butts Unplugged, good to see you, sir. And Brucifer's here, the Kingdom of Nerds. Good to see you, Brucifer. And Gensylvania, I haven't seen you in a while. Good to see you, Gensylvania. Samir, good to see you, Samir. So yeah, no, it's good. Oh, and the great Joe Martinez is here. Jacob, good to see you. So yeah, Jacob says it's cool to see you pop up occasionally. We know you hurt your foot, so hopefully you're good. I am good. My foot, to those who don't know, I fractured my ankle. I am in a stylish boot. You can't really see it, but it's not ideal. And I'll be in this boot until July at least. I'm hoping July 2nd this thing will come off. We'll see. We'll see. Butts Unplugged says you and Max are awesome. Max is awesome. Max is a great guy. So Yeah, YouTube is a weird place. There's a lot of drama on YouTube, a lot of people having ins and outs and fighting. And uh, I just wanted to, make sure people know um, this is not one of those situations. This is just, uh, it's just money. Max is running a big channel here, and and also I haven't been on as much for a number of reasons. So it makes business sense. It does. It makes business sense, and I'm very cool with that. Uh Brucifer, Kingdom of Nerds says super chat for those legs and the boot. Lisa says, "Hey Joe, miss you man, poor Frankenfoot." Lisa and I were just hanging out a few weeks ago at the Muppets Take the Mahoning event at the Mahoning Drive-In in Lehighton, Pennsylvania. It was a good time. Eternal Harmony says, "What did I think of the new Jim Henson documentary?" It was very good. It was very, very good. I don't think I learned anything new, but I've read so many biographies on Jim Henson. It would be kind of hard to learn something new, I guess, at this point. But it was really well done. Ron Howard did an excellent job of it, and yeah, I watched it twice actually. So Jacob says it's good you spoke up because people always start rumors for no reasons. Yes, that's true, and I don't want to say I don't want to get into other people's stuff. I don't want to get into other people's stuff because I don't want to invalidate other people's feelings. If people had feelings that, those are theirs, and I don't want to invalidate them, but I don't want to get involved either. And so, people who've been watching my channel for a while know I recently had, well, not recently, it was a couple of years ago, but I recently spoke up about it. I had a falling out with a guy who I frequently collaborated with on YouTube. And I tried to, keep my mouth shut for a long time to keep the peace. And eventually I had to break my silence and say, "Hey, look, that guy and we're not cool anymore." So yes, it happens. It happens. But this is not one of those situations. And Clearski the Creeper is here. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I love this guy, man. If you're not subscribed to Clearski the Creeper, hey, Clearski, if you can, throw your channel in the chat there so I could highlight it. I would say subscribe to him. He does a great channel. It goes all around the Portland area, showing all kinds of cool stuff. Has one hell of a collection of Simpsons memorabilia. He is one of the more fun channels you'll find on YouTube. Butts Unplugged says, "I no longer follow that guy." And Butts Unplugged, thank you for not saying his name either, because I want to keep the drama at a minimum. I mean, people know how I feel. I've spoken up. I've said I don't like this guy. I don't dig the way he does things. So let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. No need to be as the kids today say, throwing shade at one another. So we'll just, I won't say any more about him because I've said my piece, and hope, there we go. Well, not that he could say anything about me. I never did anything to him, except, anyway, we're not going there. We're not going there. Noah's here. Good to see you, Noah. Here's a guy, Noah, who I hope to do some stuff with. Noah, we gotta like do a stream together or something. I was seriously considering stepping away altogether from YouTube. I was really considering it, and what changed my mind? A little movie called "I Saw the TV Glow." I Saw the TV Glow. If you haven't seen this movie, my God, I love this movie. And it's part of the reason I kind of feel like movie talk on the internet is important. Because Little Movie Perp and I were talking a lot about this movie. He was kind of hyping it up, and I went and saw it on his say so. And It's one of my favorite movies of the year. And I love superhero movies. I really do. I love superhero movies. I'm a big DC Marvel guy. I love Star Wars. But I feel like there's more to movie talk than just superheroes. And I think that um, I want to revive the concession stand channel and try to find more. Not that we won't talk superheroes, we certainly will, but I want to talk more about these weird little movies that might fall through the cracks, like I Saw the TV Glow. Or another one Perp introduced me to, Hundreds of Beavers. I don't know if you guys have seen Hundreds of Beavers. You can stream it now. I'm a little disappointed I didn't get to see it on the big screen. It would have been awesome to see it on the big screen. Klersky says, love the... I got two computers in front of me and I'm grabbing the wrong mouse. Love the Splorin shirt. Representing my good buddy, Mr. Splorin Ryan. Another one of the really good guys. Oh, hang on a second. I'm doing multiple things at once. I'm multitasking here. Butts and Plug says, glad you saw that movie because that movie kept you on YouTube. Yeah, well, you know, it's just one of those things where I love movies, man. I love the cinema. That's what it comes down to. I love movies. I love cinema. And I love that feeling you get when you get swept up in a story and it takes you someplace and it stirs emotions in you. And that to me is so important. And it's like the movies are my happy place. And sometimes with movie talk on the internet, it can get bogged down in other things and we forget about the core of what we're supposed to be here for, which is the love of the movies. And a movie like I Saw the TV Glow, really, that's a movie I want to discuss. And that's a movie, I don't know. You see something like that and you know a lot of other people haven't seen it, right? Like, you know, you're not going to go to work and say, hey, have you seen I Saw the TV Glow? And people are going to be like, yeah, I saw that. No, they didn't see that. It's a weird movie. So where are you going to talk about it? And I don't know. You're probably not going to see too much from the Adventures channel anymore, even though that's the channel I enjoy doing the most. Here's the thing. I enjoy doing Crazy Joe Adventures. I really do. I like doing that. In fact, I love doing that channel, but I can't do that channel well. I can't do that channel well because I can't devote myself to it because I have a wife, I have kids, I can't get out, I can't travel, I can't go interesting places really. And when I do get to go interesting places, I don't want to be looking through the lens of a camera. My family's with me. I want to be in the moment. I want to be spending time with them. But this I can do. Noah says, check out Kyle as well. Yes. Concrete Angel, good guy. Yes. We need to get him on Crazy Joe's concession stand. We're going to do some stuff. Isaac, the biggest movie fans here. Good to see you, Isaac. Daniel Martin says, you know, I used to have a doctor named Daniel Martin. You're not my doctor, are you? What's going on, Joe? Have you seen Furiosa yet? If you have, what are your thoughts? I did see Furiosa. I didn't like it. I really didn't care for it. To be fair, I didn't care for Fury Road much either. I know people love those movies. People love Fury Road. People love Furiosa. But to me, they're heavy on action and light on story, I find. Like, I'm a plot guy. I really like my movies to have a great plot. And anytime I'm watching a lot of action that I don't think has a strong enough story behind it, I kind of get taken out. The John Wick movies are a perfect example. I like the first two. I felt John Wick 1 and 2 had enough interesting things to say and to build that universe. But by the time we get to John Wick 3, the plot is simply everybody wants to kill John Wick. That's the whole plot. Stay alive, everyone's trying to kill me. and it feels like just action for action's sake. Now, some people like that, and that's fine if you do, but that doesn't speak to me. So yeah, I tried with Furiosa. I'll watch it again when it comes out on Blu-ray, but I didn't love it. Much better than Furiosa, I think this summer was Fall Guy. Fall Guy was tremendously good. Planet of the Apes was pretty good. Not as good as Fall Guy though. I'm a Planet of the Apes fan. I love Planet of the Apes, but the new Planet of the Apes wasn't as good as Fall Guy. And what what else did I just see? I just saw something. Uh, man, I'm sorry. My brain is kind of mush right now. Isaac says, "Is there an upcoming movie you're worried isn't going to do good at movie theaters?" Isaac, my attitude right now pretty much is almost everything's not going to do well at the movie theaters. I mean, we're in what I have personally nicknamed the flop era of Hollywood. It seems like everything that comes out just comes out and fails. That's what they do. They come out, they flop. That's it. It's unfortunate. I wish it wasn't like that, but there's a number of problems. And I think problem number one is going to the movies is habitual. It's something we used to do. We used to go this weekend. Oh, what's playing at the movies? You just go to the movies. It was a thing to do, and COVID broke the habit. It kind of broke the habit. So you need to get people back in the habit. And how do you get people back in the habit? Well, you got to put out movies that they're interested in, get them in the theater. But the problem is during COVID, so many people got conditioned to stay home when they started doing things like Max putting stuff on day and date on television. And now I think these movies are going to streaming too fast. So yeah, you get your hits. Bad Boys just did really well. Bad Boys did really well. Kong versus Godzilla did really well. But Kong versus Godzilla came out in March, and Bad Boys came out in June. Did anything come out in April? I can't even remember. Anything that hit, anything that was that moved the needle. I don't think anything moved the needle in April. And same thing in May. A lot of people were expecting big things from Furiosa. That didn't move the needle. So I hear people say, there's an interesting guy I saw, and I've been trying to get him on. I want to do a stream with him. There's a guy named Nick. He has a channel called Lost River Drive-In, and he did a video where he was saying, well, the movie theaters aren't in trouble. Look at how Godzilla did. Godzilla versus Kong. And he's not entirely wrong. But the problem is that was a couple months ago. Godzilla versus Kong was March. We're in June now, and now Bad Boys comes out, and that's doing well. But was there anything between Godzilla and Bad Boys? We need some consistency. I think it can be done. Some people are saying theaters are done. I don't believe that. But we got to get people back in that habit of going regularly. When you can count the hits on one hand, like last year I said things were doing really bad, and people were like, what are you talking about? Barbenheimer, Mario. And I'm like, yeah, when you can name them on one hand, that's not good. When you could say, here are the hits and name them on one hand, there should be more than that. And that's a shame. Degrassi says Late Night with the Devil made another 10 million over this weekend. I didn't know Late Night with the Devil was still in theaters. And Isaac's right. Isaac says First Omen came out in April. Really love that movie. I loved it too. It was a bomb, though. Nobody went to see it. However, it's competition. Well, maybe that's not the right word. A very similar movie came out around the same time called Immaculate. First Omen's the better of the two. If you got to choose between First Omen and Immaculate, go with the First Omen. They're very similar. First Omen's better. But Immaculate came out, and that did really, really well. relatively speaking, it was a low budget film. I mean, it wasn't like $1 billion blockbuster, but it for the money spent on that movie, it did very well. Retro Machines here. Good to see you, Retro Machine. I still like going to the movies. I'm spoiled though. I only want to go to the ones with cushy reclining seats. Yeah, I don't know. I'll sit in any theater, but I do like my Regal. Noah says Abigail did all right, and you know what? The thing though is that was again on PVOD about 2 weeks later, so you kind of kill the momentum because not that Abigail was a huge hit, but some of these movies like last year, Elemental, Little Mermaid. You may remember last year, Elemental and Little Mermaid, people wrote them off real early. People were like, they bombed. Turns out the films both had legs, and they kind of went through the whole summer quietly, still bringing people in. Both films ended up being fairly successful because they were given space. They were given space to grow. And if we could do that, I think that in a way, the pandemic kind of acted as a reset. And what I mean by a reset is if you go back like 30, 40 years ago, like when I was growing up in the 80s, a movie would come out and it wouldn't make all its money in a single weekend. It would be in theaters for months and it would slowly make money. People would go week after week after week. Not everybody would go on opening weekend, but they'd go second week, third week, fourth week. And after a couple months, it would make its money. And we don't really see that anymore until last year with Eternals. I said Eternals. I meant Elemental. Elemental and Little Mermaid. We started to see that again. We started to see it be like it was back in the day when I was growing up. So I got to wonder if, when you build up momentum, if something stops your momentum, you kind of start again. And I feel like the pandemic broke the momentum of the movie theaters, and we kind of got to a point where they had to start fresh. That's my thinking, but they need to give them the room to do that. And if you're going to go stick the thing right on PVOD, you're not going to succeed. So that's why Disney is doing really well with things like Little Mermaid and Elemental, because they gave those movies room to breathe. Whereas Universal is sticking these things right on PVOD, and it kind of kills that momentum. James says, apparently there was an asshole who harassed Disney execs because he wants to buy Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I haven't heard anything about that. Grassy says Strangers Chapter 1 took the entire new trilogy into profit after 2 weeks. That's good. I haven't seen Strangers Chapter 1 yet, but I still haven't seen Strangers Pray at Night. I know I'm way behind on that one, so we'll see. All right, guys. I'm not going to stay on for long. I have to go grab some dinner, but I did want to come on and just let people know where they'll be able to find me going forward. Movie Hunter says my feeling on theaters is if they want to make money, they need to leave movies and theaters for long. Exactly. Putting new releases out so fast on streaming and disc is not cost effective. I couldn't agree more. Cinedump says, I heard there was a falling out with Max. Is that true? But he follows up, only kidding. Yes, there's no falling out with Max. We're all good here. We're all good. Neon has a 1-2 punch coming with Long Legs and Cuckoo. They both look interesting. Isaac says, do you agree Mario did good because people love Mario? Yeah, I'd agree with that. I actually rewatched the Super Mario Brothers movie just Saturday I rewatched it, and I'll tell you, I don't think it's a very good movie. I saw it twice in the theater. I went and saw it with the kids. Then there was a day where I needed to kill some time. I think I was like out. I dropped my kid off somewhere, and then I had to pick him up later, and I needed to kill time. And the local theater had Mario, and I'm like, all right, I'll go sit through this again. So I sat through it a second time, and now I popped it on at home, and it's fine. Like, it's fine. It's very bright, colorful. Illumination has very nice looking animation. It's faithful to the video games, but it just doesn't have much of a compelling story. I don't know. I don't love that movie. Jacob says, did I see the Garfield movie crossed 190 million at the worldwide box office? That's quite good. I saw the movie too. It's pretty entertaining. It's not as good as the old Garfield and Friends TV cartoon, but it's pretty good. David says, I have a question. All right, David, please ask, because I am going to be going soon. So let get it in here, and I will answer. Noah says Inside Out 2 is doing the best idea. Yes, 100 Days in Theaters. Yeah, Disney's learned their lesson. Disney has learned their lesson. A lot of the others haven't. Hopefully Disney is big enough that they can throw their weight around and get the others, for the good of the industry, to follow suit. That would be good. Kind of waiting for David White's Arcade and Toy Channel. He's got a question, but then I'm going to get going. Samir says, I think you're right about the momentum. However, Universal seems quite happy with their current model. Yeah, but what they don't understand is, by putting them quickly on PVOD, they're hurting the next movie. They're like, for example, when they put Fall Guy on PVOD, that hurt Furiosa. Because people see that the Fall Guy, it's been just 2 weeks, and they see that the Fall Guy is now available on television, and then Furiosa opens, and they go, well, why do I need to go see that? It's probably going to be on my TV in 2 weeks, because look at Fall Guy. And apparently Warner Brothers is doing that. Like in a week or two, Furiosa is coming to TV. So then that's going to hurt the one after that. So I think that the theaters really need to hold the studio's feet to the fire at the next CinemaCon. All right, guys, I have to go. My daughter just called me to tell me dinner is ready. Oh, here we go. Oh no, we're not answering that, Dave. Did a whole stream on that. We're not addressing that anymore. That is a dead topic. All right, everybody, thanks for watching. Like I said, please subscribe to Crazy Joe Adventures if you want to see me going forward, because I won't be on Team MME going forward. But thanks for watching, and everybody, keep wearing those pajamas.
Keep wearing those pajamas
with the plastic feet.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Tell everyone you meet.
Keep wearing those pajamas
With the back door flap.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
Don't open, it's a trap.
Oh no,
It's a trap. Some people call them bitches. Some people call them
jammies.
They can come embroidered with big money and no whammies. They can have 100 tiny commander Adamas. But no matter how they look, just keep on wearing those pajamas.
Keep on wearing those pajamas. Keep wearing those pajamas.
I know we're having fun.
Keep wearing those pajamas.
And now the song is done.